Look at my head top, bro. This has been a blooper. My whole life's a blooper. You never seen Joker? The whole time I felt like I felt tragedy. It's just nothing but a comedy. Life is just a joke.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Yo, what's good, Condeau clan? It's your boy Condeau, and today I am out here with my boy, hey, you know, man.
What's poppin'?
If you're coming from his video, Chatw Esquire. Hey, we just filmed a video on his channel.
On my channel, we were talking about how mental health affects the relationships around you.
So for today, in part 2 on my channel, we're talking about how people with complications with mental health affect themselves negatively and positively, and what we've seen through our personal experience. This is something that's very different, something very new to my channel. It's just sitting down and having some real talk. So I hope you guys enjoy this video. And without further ado, let's hop right into it.
But before, I'm plugging myself in as always.
Yes, I forgot about
up and close. If you like what you're seeing for this video, make sure you know, hit the link in the description. Hit the link in the description.
Starting off with personal experience, okay, I feel that dealing with people with mental health issues is something that is very new to me, first of all. I never had to really deal with people with mental health issues my entire life, but from what I've witnessed and what I've seen, people with mental health issues can either be on two ends of the spectrum, like positive and happy, or they can be in the deepest, darkest, like, points of their entire life, you know? Yeah. I feel like there's a lot of things that the people with these mental health complications need to understand in order to handle themselves in the best way possible. One of the biggest things people with mental health complications can do that is negative and can really destroy relationships and good things with people is emotional blackmail.
Yeah.
You know?
I feel that.
Yeah.
I feel that.
Yeah.
No, like, when it comes to emotional blackmail, people try to blame you or try to villainize or guilt you into maybe not necessarily always being them for it, because you got to take care of yourself as well before you're taking care of other people. But a lot of people make you feel bad, and that's kind of self-destructive. You might be going down a dark path, you're just bringing as many people in with you, and like, that's not healthy for you or the people around you, you know?
Yeah, you need to learn to love yourself before you can be trying to love others, whatever it is, you know what I mean?
Another thing I see is that when it comes to medication, a lot of people, they kind of like abuse. Like, there's two ways. So people can like take medication for, let's say for example, for depression. They take their medication regularly and appropriately to like temporarily relieve certain feelings they're feeling. However, some people can like go into darker routes like addiction, or they might be experimenting in other drugs and give them a high, make them feel good in the temporary, whether they be like, you know, marijuana or like more hardcore than like cocaine, like all those type of things. Like, once it gets to the point where you're like abusing substances to make yourself feel better, that's why I feel like you're managing it very negatively. Let's say you're a youngster, you're like, when I say
A youngster.
Let's say you know, you're a younger person, like whether you're in like high school or in a university, you know, you're in a household, you're dealing with stuff and you're going through substance abuse. Like, that's gonna affect your entire household. Your mom, dad, brothers, sisters, aunts, uncles, cousins, grandparents, whoever you're living with. Because while you're in that state of incoherence, like, you can be saying whatever, doing whatever, like maybe hurting yourself, hurting other people, and then when you come down back to reality after everything wears out, it's like you realize, hey, what you've done,
what you did,
and then it's like that puts you even in a deeper state. But it's just the whole, it just continues, like it's just a big circle, you know.
Yeah.
But it's also the positive side, because we're just talking about the negative.
Yeah, we're just talking about the negative.
You know,
there's a positive side on what you're saying about like pills and stuff like that, right? I have a friend. She has back problems, and so she had to actually get some surgery done recently, and she was on Percocets because that's what the doctors prescribed for her. Like, she had to deal with back problems for such a long time, okay, and she always tells me how her back is hurting her, and like it holds her back from so many things. She can't even work a job, she can't even like go out and do a lot of things, she can't sit down for like 20 minutes, otherwise her back hurts, you know, and she's held back so much. But when she had the Percocet, she told me, she was like, that was so good, you know, like it didn't hurt her back anymore or whatever. And she was like, man, like I could, like honestly, I could see myself becoming addicted to this thing. I mean, imagine not being able to work and not being able to do things.
Yeah.
That's depressing, you know, because of your back and something. It wasn't even her fault that her back ended up like that. She was involved in an accident, right?
Yeah.
But she days later told me, you know, like, she knows herself, right? She knows herself. You know, she was able to see that, you know, even though these pills and these things are helping me feel better, I know that I don't want to be addicted. I don't want to have to rely on something. I don't want to. And that's something that's very good. Something that people with mental health complications should realize and should be able to identify to be able to help them not be reliant on any type of outside substances or anything. And I feel like that's a very good part if people are able to realize these things.
Yeah, I feel like more into like the positive sides of handling certain mental health complications. I feel not just like with substances and like prescribed drugs, even just things like exercise, like maybe like going to the gym, working out, or playing a sport that you like, or even just taking a walk, like going around, taking a walk. It won't cure it by any means, but it'll help stimulate your brain more, get more blood flowing, and make you feel a little bit better in the moment. And a lot of things like you can find, maybe you can start looking for some like new passion, new hobbies that you never thought you had. For example, like if you cook a lot, maybe, you know, take the time to learn some new recipes, challenge yourself. Just give yourself a sense of purpose in a way. Not to say that like you never had a purpose while you're feeling depressed or feeling anxiety, but to give yourself like a new sense of purpose where it's like, I'm going with this. Trust me, I know what I'm saying. It's like you're setting kind of like goals for yourself, and when you accomplish them, it just helps your overall mood. Not to say that it's like you'll cure your depression just like that, but it's something where it's just like you can go to bed thinking, okay, I did this. I set this goal for today. I did this. Like maybe I wanted to go walk for like 5 kilometers. I did that. And it's something you can feel accomplished.
It's something simple, but something you feel accomplished in. The sense of accomplishment, and I talked about it in Serial in there. The sense of accomplishment is the greatest form of success.
Exactly.
And to be feeling like you're hitting milestones, goals, achievements, you know, it makes your mood so much better. Vlogmas, every day hitting a video, I go to bed happy. I go to bed late, but I go to bed happy. I imagine amped.
I'm waking up and this guy's still up.
On the computer. Yeah, like no, it's just good, and it like I don't deal with mental health issues or anything like that, right? But it's just something that I could see doing so much for someone who does, because it's like that sense of accomplishment, you just feel good, man. You feel good. And I really think that, yeah, like he's saying, you know, find the things that you love, find the things that you like, simple goals, set simple goals, and just go out and do those, and it can really help your mental state.
Another thing I think that could help manage their mental health complication more positively, I think just talking to people, because I feel like there's this stigma where it's like people who are suffering certain things like depression, anxiety, etc. They feel that they close up because they feel like nobody will understand. Just because not everybody necessarily understands how you're feeling, like it doesn't mean they don't want to hear you out.
Exactly.
And you like being open, communicating, saying how you feel, like even just like let's say Osai was feeling a type of way, just for me to be there to listen to him, even if I may not have much to say because I'm not in his shoes, I can't relate to him, I can still try my best, you know, to talk to him and give him words of encouragement, you know. I feel like that's something like a lot of people tend to feel like once they're in this dark place, it's just that only that they feel like they have to go through it alone, when that's never the answer, because once you feel like you're alone, you start to close off and cut away people, just
your
isolate
mind
yourself.
wanders and goes different places, and it gets you into a darker place if you're not thinking good thoughts, you know. It's good to always have some positive reinforcement from outside people who care about you. Even if it's someone like a counselor or, you know, someone who's trained to understand how the mind works and can talk to you and give you some advice, that's good in itself too. I know a lot of people who deal with these things, right, may think, oh, they're not like really there for me, they just need like their check, you know what I mean, and that's it. But it's still an outlet if you feel like you have no one to go to.
Exactly.
It's someone that is there, and I feel like going to someone to talk is a big role in trying to cure the mental health issue.
Exactly. I think one last thing I would add also into how to manage it on a more positive note. One thing I recommend to people I know is to meditate. Take time, whether it's like a religious form of meditation, a spiritual form, or just emptying your mind in a way. Just be able to give yourself maybe 30 minutes every day just to like, okay, not like, that's a stereotype. Don't be like him. Don't be like him.
I meditate, people. I meditate. I actually meditate. Just deep breathe. Yes, I do.
Yeah, I'm playing. He does stuff. But no, like just taking time to just, even with, like, that's what I'm saying, even like focusing on breathing is so important. A lot of people, it's very underrated, you know? Like for me, like I consider myself a religious person, like spiritual person, so like I'll take time to like read the Bible, like sit down, think about it, pray about it, meditate, just taking it. But a lot of people aren't so religious, which is perfectly fine too. Like everybody has their own viewpoints. But people who may not be non-religious, even like practicing things like breath meditation or just literally just trying to empty the mind, that's a lot of, because I feel like someone, that's what I'm saying, people suffering depression, anxiety, they be feeling overabundance of thoughts. So be able to like sift through what may not be helping you will help you. That was terrible.
That was terrible.
But like, that's the only way I can.
Like to try again? Take two.
Yo, so sifting through all the unwanted thoughts will further help you, whether in the next like hour, day, month, or even years, you know?
Yeah, no, for sure, 100%. Even as someone who doesn't suffer with mental health issues, I personally feel like meditation made me, when I was doing it actively and on a constant basis, it made me so much calmer, so much more in tune with myself and others around me, right? And for someone who suffers with mental health issues, it would be so amazing to just be able to get out of that state where your mind is always turning, everything's always negative in your head. Maybe if it's not even negative, you just have a bunch of thoughts going on, right? To be able to calm that down, feel like you can actually breathe, feel like there's some weight off your shoulders, and then just go about your day and be more in tune with yourself, know what triggers you, know what gets to you, and be able to be like, you know what, no, today I'm just gonna be chill. When you see triggers coming on and stuff like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, no, that's a very good point. Yeah, he's coming to all the points, man. But yes, that's really been all for today. That's been the video. I hope you guys like this style of video, and if you did, make sure that you go check out his page, okay? Because it is full of content like this, alright? And if you didn't check out part 1 already, make sure you go check out part 1.
You
It'll
better.
be linked right here, and it will be on his page.
I'm making sure he keeps a tally of how many views are on this video, so I can like, you know,
transfer. Yeah, it better be the same amount of views. But no, yes, make sure you go check out his page if so. And yeah, that's really been all for today. I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I've been your boy Condeau. This has been Esquire.
Chatw Esquire.
And I'm out.
Easy.